All right, guys. So the purpose of today is to help answer some of the biggest questions that you guys as traders have and you guys on the platform of IM Academy may have. Listen, when you're first getting started, there's going to be a lot of questions, and that's okay. There's no stupid questions, but I want you guys to feel open to ask them, okay? Make sure you reach out to your uplines and ask. Drop them in the Telegram chats. That's what the Telegram chats are for. Drop your questions because we want to help you guys and we want to connect with you guys, okay? And listen, you know, I'm grateful right now, guys. Our team is growing so much. Thank you guys for being a part of the growth. And I want to see you guys go to that next level. All right, guys, we are now crossing 150 active traders in our team, and it's going to only explode beyond 200 very soon. So I'm grateful for you guys being here. Make sure you're spreading the news. Go get your 2 and free. Go get your P150s done, right? But as you have questions, engage and let's get this thing done. So what I want to do is have calls like this where you guys can bring your biggest questions and then we can have those questions answered. So let me see. Guys, if you can see, okay, do you see my Google now or do you see it now? Do you guys see my web browser now? If yes, just drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can see my Google web browser. Okay, cool. All right. Cool, guys. What I want to do real quick is just take you guys through IM Center. Now, I know most of you guys have great mentors and, you know, most of you guys have been able to be launched on the products. And let me just close some things here, close some things here, close some things here, close some things here, close some things here. All right. So first we're going to start off by just going through your center. All right. When you guys get here, okay, there's a lot of cool stuff here. You know, there's going to be a lot of updates here. Now, guys, you can click strategies. Let me see if it'll work. Strategies does not work. Let me see how this works. Okay, these are just graphics. Okay, so it's promoting it, but you can't click it. But everything's here on the left side. So again, academies. If you guys have the Forex package, going to go to Forex English. Make sure you guys go through the 100, at least a 200 series. I recommend most people or everybody really, if possible, go through the 300 and then the 400. The 400 series is a little bit more advanced. Pip Talk. Guys, the way that it works is you look for your educator. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to follow the steady scanner. You click it, and then you can subscribe. I'm already subscribed. And what happens is you download the IM Academy app, both on Android and on iPhone, and then you will have notifications from those scanners or that educator specifically. All right, strategies, you guys know strategies are the scanners. Guys, we have over 12 scanners. Okay, if you have the elite package, you have access to all of them. All right, and then you would click it there. Also, the high frequency Forex. So if you guys are doing binaries, you do have the Liberty scanner, which gives you binary setups. Also, the cryptocurrency. They actually launched well, they have a harmonic scanner for cryptocurrency, which is pretty cool. But there's also a swipe coin scanner. All right, I'll go there in a second, and then that's pretty much it. All right, IBO does not have a scanner, so but HFX, DCX all have them. Now let me check something. If I click there, nope. Let me try one more thing. Trying to get, it's not that one. So they have a scanner now. This is like the harmonic scanner. If you guys have Swipe Coin, they have a harmonic scanner for cryptos. But there's another scanner for DCX. I'm just having a hard time figuring out how to open it up. You know what? Let me try something. All right, so everybody here has the harmonic scanner. It opens up here. Maybe you knew this, maybe you don't. Here on the left-hand side, you can get to the other scanners as well. All right, so you got Steady. Let me see, Swipe Coin. I'm gonna let them know, guys. There's a crypto scalper, which is really, really cool. I wanted to see if I can open it up. I'll let them know that for whatever reason, it's not opening up at this moment for me. But here's the point that I wanted to give you guys was, here are your scanners, okay? The most famous one, again, is the Harmonic scanner. And guys, they've been updating the center like crazy. So they're still working out the programming and stuff. But you got the Harmonic scanner here. You know, if you guys have one of the other scanners, you literally click it, it'll take you to the other scanner as well. You know, like we've got the Pivot scanner. So if you guys have the Elite, you have access to all of this, which is really, really cool. Also, Bounce Back, if you guys are watching Trade House, Bounce Back has really, really good trade setups as well. All right, so anyways, the Harmonic scanner is the main one that I wanted to show you guys right now anyway. So here it is, and you guys have education on that. All right, so you got the scanners, you got the strategies. Let's go to back to the center, and let's go to go live. Boom. All right, so here you got your stuff. So if you guys are watching Forex, all right, you go to the FRX, HFX, or DCX, all right? And then DCX being for the digital currencies like Bitcoin. And then you guys could also click different types of education. So like Gold Cup is here. For you guys that are on this call, you guys really should be focused on Forex Basics. Now write this down. I want to give you guys a few key people that you guys could be watching, all right? Abel Melendez, he has Forex Basics on Mondays and Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Chance and Samantha have a new trader orientation, which is really good. Also some Forex 101. Mike Miles goes over basics on Mondays and Fridays. By the way, Fridays is actually Thursday night at midnight. All right. Let me go to some other channels here. All right, those are the only ones they put in basics, but there's actually some other people that you guys can start watching right away that I think will help. So you go to Forex Base, not basics. I guess they would call it Forex Advanced. A couple of good guys. Obviously, you guys know Justin Adams. He is our personal mentor for trading on the team, Market Mastery. You guys have Christopher Derrick is really good, but he trades at night, 2 a.m. Eastern time. He also has an add-on for Gold Cup called Price Trap. He gives a lot of trade setups through there. Kimberly Torres, all right, she has really good setups. You could also add her upgrade to Gold Cup and get US 30. By the way, guys, US 30, you want to have at least a good $1,000 in the account. There are people that do it with 500, but it's very risky. All right, I would want to do it with at least $1,000 to $1,500. Kevin Serrano, also very, very good educator, very consistent trader, always giving great trade setups. Oren Wright, he has a lot of good stuff on market market formations, market patterns, market structure, and he gives you guys great strategies. Lee Allen, man, people have been getting all on Lee Allen, scalping the markets, making some great money. Here's some more Abel Melendez for you guys. Mike Navarrete, he's a little bit more advanced, all right? Zachary Hogan, a little bit more advanced, but when you guys are ready to really, really learn some deep stuff, go there. I've got some people with Bass really doing well with the Pivot scanner, all right? Guys, here's lesson number 1, though, all right? Lesson number 1, we got a lot of scanners. We got a lot of educators. Find 1 or 2 that you like and stick and stay till you get paid. Like, just focus on one strategy, focus on one educator, focus on one scanner. Like, if you're going to do Gold Cup, then just do Gold Cup, right? If you're going to do the Harmonic scanner, just do the Harmonic scanner. Don't do more than 2 scanners, because then you're going to confuse yourself and you're not going to know how to use it, all right? So very, very important stuff. This is on the Gold Cup. Check this out, guys. So this is the MA Cross. This is kind of like, I saw one of you guys talked about entries. So here's a strategy for entry. When certain MAs cross, you can enter. And look at this, guys, right? That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's like 114 pips, right? All it did was it crossed here, and you would have entered right in this candle. As soon as it crossed, boom, write it up. That's it, right? Simple. So there's a lot of ways to get entries. So anyways, Gold Cup is very powerful. So guys, Find a scanner, stick to it. Find an educator or two that you like, stick to it. Don't go doing different things. You know, that's lesson number one of this call tonight. Don't try to do everything. Like, try to stay on one thing and see if it's for you. And if it's not for you, then you move on, right? But try to stick to one strategy. Try to stick to one or two educators that you really, really like, and then make that yours, all right? So that's some basic stuff, but I want you guys to really know, listen, everything you need is on the platform. I don't say that jokingly. I don't say that flippantly. I don't say that because I don't want to help you. I am telling you, the best traders have been the ones that get obsessed with this live education. Guys, over 100 educators, guys, all right? And listen, the harmonic scanner, right? It's included in your guys' basic packages. If you guys have the basic package, look, you go here to harmonics. Let's see where it is, right there, harmonics. Guys, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 different educators teaching you the harmonic scanner. Okay, Manny Quinones, if you guys want to get sick with the harmonic scanner, there it is, right? Ray Robinson, he's good. Sir John Mark, this guy's really cool because he's very simple, okay? Like, he isn't trying to reinvent the wheel, and you can learn how to take trade setups pretty quickly, all right? All right, guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get into, let me do one more thing. All of you guys should have an account here that says tradingview.com. So this is lesson number 2 for you guys. Tradingview.com, okay, you should have an account. Now you can do a free account, all right? Later, if you want to pay for an account because you want to get rid of the ads and have some of the features, do that. Let's go to the chart. I want to show you guys something real quick. So when you guys get on here, all right, and I got a lot of extra stuff on here. Don't let that scare you, right? When you guys start using this, now here's something I want you guys to really take note of. Do you guys see this little camera that I'm scrolling over right there? I want you guys to start using this camera. Now, what is this camera? It's not going to take a picture of you. If you click it, it's going to take a picture of your chart. And then what I want you to do is press this copy button, okay? And then I want you guys to copy that into the Telegram. Then you come over here to Telegram, you copy it in, and guess what happens? You can literally post your charts into these Telegrams, all right? So that's really cool because then you guys can like ask, hey, what do you see in my chart? You know, is there something I'm missing? Is there something I can improve? So take shots of your TradingView charts, send it to me, send it to your mentor, send it to the Telegrams, you know, go to the I Am a Trader chat, drop them in there, and then they'll actually tell you, hey, you know, pay attention to this, pay attention to that. That's why those chats are there, guys, okay? So I hope that helps you, okay? Marlene says, I suggest Manny Quinones has a boot camp. Yes, Marlene is correct. Manny Quinones has created an entire boot camp, even for beginners. And you guys know Manny Quinones because he's in the academy, okay? Chairman 25, I believe, or Chairman 50 now. Okay, Carla says, what's the ideal amount of money to start for a live account? All right, so this is lesson number 3 for this call, right? Number 1, there's no exact answer to that. But here are the steps that I would recommend. 1, you start with a demo account. Use practice demo until you're consistent. Now, what I mean by consistent is you're using realistic numbers. So a lot of us, when we open our first demo account, what do? We open a $100,000 account, right? In some demos, you can actually open them up with $3,000, okay? So I would actually open it up on the smallest amount that your demo allows, whether it's 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, open up a smaller amount. And then take realistic, you know, trade lot sizes. So a lot of you guys are like, oh, I made, you know, you'll send me a demo trade. I made $600, and that's awesome, and it's exciting, and it's encouraging. But you did it at $100 a pip, right? And you're not going to be trading at $100 a pip. You're going to be trading probably at 30 cents a pip or 10 cents a pip. So what I would say is start taking demo trades. And when you take these demo trades, take them at like 0.1, which is $1 a pip, or 0.05, which is 50 cents a pip, right? Do some realistic stuff like that with your demo. Once you guys evolve your demo trading skills and you see that it's going to that next level, then what I want you guys to do is open up your live account. Now, here is my recommendation. Your first live account, I want you to drop $100 in it, maybe $200 in it, right? If you don't got that, drop what you can do. Can you do $50? Dude, if you do KLT Forex or Hugo's Way, right, which are these international brokers, you could even do $20 accounts, right? And then just trade them at 10 cents a pip, right? Just to get your feet wet. And here's what I want you to know. Your first account, 90% chance you are going to blow your first trading account. Just going to be real with you. It's okay. You're learning. Some people don't. You may be the one guy that doesn't. Not a problem, but don't be scared if you do. That's just normal, okay? So what I always tell people to do is start with a smaller account. And the reason is because you could have been great on demo, but when you trade live money, you're going to psychologically have to overcome things. You're going to have to overcome the fear of loss. You're going to have to overcome any greed that you have. You're going to have to overcome any gambler's mindsets that you have. And so your first account, you should be willing to blow it. So if it's $20 or $50 or $100, you can do it. Now, could you flip your first account? Absolutely. I don't wish you to lose the money. You may not have to, but I want you to pretend you may. And that should keep you. You don't need to open up $1,000 account. You don't even need, in Forex, some of our brokers, $100 is enough. $200 is enough. I opened up my first account. I think I put $600 in it. Gone. Not right away, but gone, right? And so I want you to really think through, and your first account, $50, $100. Play it like it's for fun, right? But now you're getting your feet wet. Once you can manage a $50, $100, $200 account, and you say, yo, Steve, bro, I turned my 100 into 200, into 300. And then you want to drop $200-300 more, $500 more, $1,000 more, do it. But until you can prove that you can manage 100, 200, you don't have to put more than that. Okay? So 3 steps to your accounts. Demo. And treat your demo like a live account. Don't do $1,000 a pip, do a regular amount. Then open up a small account, $50, $100. And then once you manage that well, drop, whatever you want. You want to have a $100, a $500 account, $1,000 account, do it, but teach yourself on a smaller account. Guys, if you're getting value from this so far, if this is making sense, drop a 777 in the chat. If this is giving you guys some clarity, some value so far, okay? Yes, Miranda, I'm going to give you guys access to these videos, okay? If you guys are in my Facebook traders group, I'm going to upload. I owe you guys Monday's training, and I also will owe you guys this training, all right? Also, guys, if you ever need me, I don't check Telegram that often. I am Max the Mentor on Instagram. You guys can message me there. I'm going to give you guys, go ahead and add yourself to this Facebook group. If you guys have Facebook, I put all of the trainings there for our active customers. So you guys will be able to go in there and access a vault, if you will, of trainings that we've done in the past. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, Charmaine says stop loss and take profit are my issues. Okay, we're gonna go through that on the chart. Okay, Larry, I'm gonna go into the scanner for you, effective entry scanner, okay? Who's your top recommended live educator? So I went through some educators. I hope that helps. For advanced, I would go through the Trade House guys, Zach, I think it's Zach Hogan and Morgan, something like that, or Zach Morgan, whatever it is. I also recommended Justin Adams is great. I know Greg's there. How can I add my account to TradingView? Okay, that's good. JP, we'll get there. Okay. Caleb, good question. Bollinger Bands, EMAs, I got you. Okay, Larry says, are any of the brokers regulated? Okay, check it out, guys. So brokers are regulated if there are some international brokers that are somewhat regulated. All right. Now, I am not recommending you brokers. I'm just explaining you brokers, right? So I don't recommend any of these. You have to do your own research and pick the one you want. Owanda.com is an American broker, okay? You will only get 50-to-1 leverage. What that means is if you have less than $5,000 to $10,000, and $5,000 is actually very little, if you have less than that, you do not want to have an American broker because you will not be able to do much. Like you'll barely be able to trade 30 cents a pip is what I'm trying to tell you, right? So Owanda is regulated and it's a US broker, great for long-term Forex trading. Forex.com, also a really great broker, regulated. You can trade in the US with it, but again, 51-to-1 leverage. And even TD Ameritrade has a Forex platform built into it, but they ask you questions. And if you don't answer the questions right, especially if you tell them I'm new to Forex trading, they will not allow you to do it. Okay. So you got to be cautious with that. You got to tell them that you're experienced and stuff. So I would wait on these American brokers until you guys have a sizable account of at least $10,000. Then you guys can move over to some of them. I've used a couple of these. They're actually pretty good. So those are regulated brokers. Now, there's one called FX Choice. This one is not US, but it's a safer international broker. It's been around for a long time. And you know, I believe they've got some regulatory approvals on them from what I've heard. Okay, so these guys are pretty good. I'm gonna give you guys another one. This one is one that Chris Terry has used. This thing has been around forever, which is Trader's Way. Some of our guys on the team use it. Okay. It's not, this one's not, now you're going international. This one's not as regulated, and I believe this one, I don't even want to tell you where I believe it's built. Okay. But it's definitely not US regulated and stuff like that, but it's been around for a long time. And then if you guys are familiar with the Hugo's Way, this is absolutely not regulated. This is like the underground Forex. We are, like running it type stuff, but it's worked and it's worked for a long time. And I have no complaints about Hugo's. They freeze sometimes if the trade jumps too much. It's crazy stuff. So the one that I'm using that I replaced Hugo's Way with is KLT Forex. And again, these last two, really you're gonna fund them with Bitcoin. Everything's kind of low key underground, but they've been around for a while. KLT Forex, a lot of big famous traders, well-known traders, both inside and outside of IM Academy have used KLT Forex, and you can grow big accounts there and stuff like that. But it's overseas, it's not regulated. So this is no man's land. So here's how I would have you guys think about it. Use like KLT Forex or Hugo's Way or a Trader's Way, trade there. But I want you guys to think of, I want to create a big account and then start taking decent withdrawals and eventually fund an American account. Like that should be everyone's goal, right? So for now, you build it on KLT Forex, right? No, we have had no issues with them. Same thing with Hugo's Way, Trader's Way, they're great. But they're off in Neverland. They're not regulated. Going back to the question, which was, are these traders regulated? But then eventually, when you have enough money, guys, open up your American account and you're going to grow it a little slower, but it's going to be like, it's there for life. The federal government regulates it. Some of them are insured up to like $250,000, stuff like that. So, that should be everyone's end result. End game is like, I'm going to move these funds into my American funds, right? But here's the thing. KLT Forex, Hugo's Way, Trader's Way, that's the only way, guys, that you're going to be able to open up Forex trading accounts with 50 bucks, right? 100 bucks, 200 bucks. If you're going to open them up in an American account, you know, you're going to need at least $5,000 to do that. All right. So this is kind of the way around that. Now, I want to mention something I get asked a lot, and it's about leverage. Some of you guys are asking about leverage. Listen, there is a fancy formula for leverage, but here's what it means. Okay. The more leverage you have, the bigger the trade you can take with a smaller amount of money. So for instance, if you have $100, right? In a US broker, you can't do squat. You can't even clear 10 cents a pip with $100. But, you know, and by the way, in the US, 50-to-1 leverage is the highest you get. With these international brokers, it's 500-to-1. So what that means is you can trade 10 times more with an international broker like KLT Forex or Hugo's Way than you can with these American brokers. So now $100 in an account, you could actually trade at $1 a pip, $2 a pip. Man, they might even let you drop $5 a pip. You just got to be careful, because if there's any drawdown, the spreads, all of that stuff, you're going to go negative right away, right? So what you want to do is, like on a $100 account, you have 500-to-1 leverage. Man, you know, if you want to over leverage, you know, you could do $1 a pip, you know. But on a $100 account, guys, I would be doing 10 cents, 20 cents, you know, and slowly compound that. So anyways, that's leverage. That's my answer on brokers, right? There's US brokers. I gave you guys a bunch of them. There's some that are in the middle, like FX Choice. It's international, but it's somewhat regulated. And then KLT Forex and Hugo's Way. This is like the underground of Forex, but they pay out. We've been using them for a long time, and they work. Let me see if there's any questions on that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can withdraw whenever, but a lot of these companies, guys, you're going to be doing it with Bitcoin. Okay, so there's two ways you're going to do this. Number one, you're going to buy Bitcoin through your Cash App. So you're going to have to go into Cash App, upload your license, okay, and then get registered for buying and selling Bitcoin and transferring Bitcoin. And then inside of KLT Forex, which is the one that I would say, if you're going to go through Hugo's Way, KLT Forex, I use KLT Forex, so does Justin Adams. You're going to send it there. When you want to withdraw, they're going to send you the Bitcoin back to you. And so again, either through your Cash App, you get what's called a Bitcoin wallet, or on Coinbase.com is the one that I use for all of my Bitcoin transactions, just because it's simple and very user-friendly. But again, Cash App is something that you guys will use. Now, I'll tell you this, US government is considering coming up with its own digital currency because of the situation right now with the coronavirus and the stimulus package that they're putting. So I want you guys to understand, crypto is normal. It's going to become even more normal now. So just get used to it. If you've never bought Bitcoin, it's going to be like new the first couple times you do it. But yes, you withdraw whenever you want, and they're going to send it to you in Bitcoin. Once you receive the Bitcoin, then you simply sell it to convert it into US dollars. Once you convert it into US dollars, you can deposit it in any bank account that you have. All right, so that would be the process. When you withdraw from these brokers, they're going to send it back to you whichever way you send it to them. No, there are not brokers through IML, because IM is not a financial company. We are not brokers. We are a trading educational company. And if we were to ever do brokerages or become brokers, now the financial regulations and licensing that we would have to have is a whole different type of business. So we educate, we show you guys how to trade, we give you guys trade ideas, we give you scanners that find trade ideas, but everything that has to do with your money is between you and whatever broker you choose. So it's kind of like saying, you know, if you're going to bank with Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, that's up to you. And the good thing for you and the company is, right, the company's never in control of your money. We have nothing to do with your money. Therefore, we have nothing to gain by your money. And that's where like all these people are like, oh, you know, all these, you know, the scam, this and that. Listen, we're an educational company. We don't touch your money. You could have a, you know, 7-figure account and we don't make a dime off of it. All right. It all depends, but it's not a lot. So, Andrea, so it's not like it's not that they make necessarily a percentage on your wins, is that they make a commission on how big of a trade you do. So, for instance, if you do $10 a pip, okay, there's a charge on doing $10 a pip. Also, you guys will notice there's always a spread. So, when you first enter a trade, have you noticed that 9 times out of 10, the number is negative first? That's because if you enter a trade here, the broker is going to make money first and protect themselves. So even if you enter here, the trade's actually going to start here for a buy. And if you're doing a sell, you enter here, but your position is going to be here for a sell. So the broker is going to make their money when you first enter a trade, and they're going to make money based on how big of a trade that you do. So if you do $10 a pip, it's going to be more that they're going to charge you. So it's not that they take from your earnings as much as it is they charge you fees for doing the transaction. All right, so that's good. So guys, we talked about withdrawals. All right, Javi, let's tackle this. So in TradingView, one of the things you said is, how can I add my account to TradingView? So if you wanted to add your account, guys, to TradingView, the challenge is you are very limited in the accounts that you can use to add here, okay? So you would have to, you know, let me see if you could do non-US brokers. Let me see if it gives you the option. 1 second. I know Forex.com is one of the ones you can use. Look right there. Let's make this bigger. So this is what Javi's saying, guys. If you guys open accounts with any of these people, look, Owanda, Forex.com, okay, iBroker, never heard of them. So you FXCM, but they don't allow US anymore to do business with them. The US banned them. Not because they're bad, because the US, guys, when it comes to federal regulations, it's very tough out there. So you would have to use one of these. And again, guys, remember, you're going to want to have a bigger account by the time that you do that. And then what will happen is you can actually click your chart on TradingView and it'll actually enter your trade for you, like if you did it on MT4. So that's pretty cool. But none of you guys need to be worrying about that now. Most of you guys, or all of you guys, should really be charting on TradingView and entering them on your phone. Okay? Let me go back, see any questions I might have missed. Don't worry, guys. We're going to stay later. I got your guys back, all right? Don't worry. Okay, George says, how can we cash out the money we make if we are living in the US under F1 visa or H1B visa? George, here's the awesome thing, okay? This money from these brokers, again, it comes out in Bitcoin. Guys, like, it's all underground. So like, it's going to get to you, right? And, you know, however you live your life and however you report taxes from whatever country you're originally from, it's going to not make a difference in this, because all that's going to matter is, as long as you figure out a way to buy and sell Bitcoin, you can then transfer it to yourself, sell the Bitcoin, and then receive the funds, okay? There are some brokers that have other alternative ways to fund them. For instance, like one of the things that Mike told me the other day was, so like whatever country you're from, you can, you know, or whatever country your recruit is from, look for Forex brokers from that country, even if they live in the US, or maybe they live in the US, but you know, they're from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Look up Dominican Republic Forex brokers. So like that, however it is they usually do financial transactions, that's how you can transfer in and out through your broker. Okay. But the whole Bitcoin thing, again, you know, you got to find a way to buy Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin, and your residential status and all of that won't even matter. okay? What's the best broker? I heard a lot of negative things about Hugo's Way. Hugo's Way is not bad. It's just had challenges in recent years, but for a long time it was really good. Again, I'm using KLT4X. Gwendolyn, when will I know I am ready for live trading? Like I said, based on how good you're doing on demo, okay? How long should one trade on demo before going live? There's no specific time. Just keep trading until you get consistent and know what you're doing. And that's what I would say is the most important thing, guys, is know what you're doing before you start trading live. All right, let me see. Is MT4 web-based? No, there isn't. MT4 is not web-based, so there's no, trading view for MT4. But what you can do is, if you want to make your life complicated, you can go to xm.com. You can go to platforms. You can download MT4 for Mac, and you have to watch a YouTube video and find out how to install it. It could be a lengthy process, okay? The easiest way to do it, again, guys, is you're on TradingView, okay? You watch it here, you enter on your phone. Pretty simple. Your phone is the way that they teach you in the academy, all right? But if you guys want to use MT4 on your laptop because you want to chart and enter at the same time, again, go to xm.com. MT4 for Mac. This is the simplest one that I found. I was searching for this for about 5 months, and when I found this site, it was the easiest way that I was able to download MT4 to my Mac. All right, guys, so there you go. All right, let's see what else. Okay, remember, Andrea says, when you talk about 10 cents a pip, do I mean 0.10 like an MT4 or 0.01? All right, guys, here's your first question of the night. If I say 10 cents a pip, what are you typing in on MT4? I want one of the newer people to say this. So somebody that's new within the last 90 days, boom, okay? Boom. Anybody else? Boom, okay? So 0.01, okay? My 0.01. Okay, guys, remember this. Here's an easy way to remember this. Whatever lot size you want per pip, remove a decimal or remove a zero from it. So for instance, 10 cents a pip is not 0.10. 10 cents a pip is 0.01. Okay, you got to move that decimal. All right. Now, if you want $1 a pip, don't put 1.0. That's $10. That's a standard lot. Okay. If you want $1 a pip, you're going to put 0.10, which in reality is like 10 cents if you write it on paper. But 0.10 on MT4 is actually $1. And then 1.00 is not $1 a pip. 1.00 is actually $10 a pip. So it's like almost like you got to like add an imaginary zero when you're typing in the pip counts. 0.01, does $1 a pip mean that's what you're earning each pip? Can you explain a little? I was a little unclear after IMO 100 series. I'm pretty good at math. Great, because I'm terrible at math. But here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? $1 a pip means you did 0.10 on your MT4, and if it moves 100 pips, you're going to average out about $100. But here's what's important. You got to remember, fees, spreads, okay? And then sometimes, guys, brokers have different ways that they calculate it. And I don't want to confuse you guys on this today, but different pairs are actually calculated differently. You can go into MyFX book, and there's a whole calculator on here, all right? And it shows you the different ways, different calculations for different pairs and stuff like that. Now, I will tell you, I don't really use this, but if you want to get analytical, there's a way that like gold may not pay you $1 a pip, even though you put $1 a pip, right? GBP USD may not pay you $1 a pip if you put $1 a pip, because the way that it's calculated is funky. So again, if you want to get that deep, you can, but for most cases, yes. If you put 0.10, which is $1 a pip, and the move happens at 100 pips, you make $100. Now, very important, certain things like US 30, right, which everybody's talking about US 30, which is indices, the US stock market. Do not ever put $1 a pip on any account, because it'll blow your account, right? So, you know, on US 30, 10 cents a pip for even $1,000 account, $1,500 account, because if you do something crazy, you could blow your account. You could blow $1,000 in like 20 minutes. All right. There you go. Jonathan Henry says use this for his risk management. I'll try, Damien. That might not happen today, but we'll see if that happens, okay? Let's see what else. All right, guys, so let's go on to the charts. I think this will help you, Damien, with what I'm about to say, but we'll see if we get as deep as you're asking. All right. Let's get to it. By the way, guys, the Trade House team has a question and answer session on Fridays that Greg told me about today. So I think it may be this one at 3 p.m. on Fridays. I think that's the one. If not, get on one of their sessions and ask. But they do a session of questions and answers, so you guys can get on there. But make sure, guys, look, don't make yourself look dumb. Don't go into some of these places asking things like what's a pip, you know, like do your studying before you go in there asking questions. I'll tell you something, I don't mind answering questions, but I have a big problem with people that don't study on their own asking me questions that they can learn on their own, and then after I give them the answer, they come back to me with more questions without studying. If you study and don't understand, I will help you along the way without a problem, right? So the same thing with the educators. Make sure you guys are going through the academy before you guys start asking questions. All right? If you guys are with me so far tonight, drop a 444 in the chat if you guys are getting value, if this is making sense. Good, 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 guys. All right. I don't want to miss any questions tonight, so let me start at the beginning. Make sure we don't miss anything. Okay. I'm going to start with this question from Caleb. So Caleb, I would consider myself a technical trader. Like I trade on price action, but I like indicators. So I don't like getting into like this crazy science of like all of this different stuff and every Fibonacci ratio. I mean, I know them and I've used them, but I prefer using some indicators. So you've come to ask the right person. So guys, when you go to your trading view, you can go here to indicators and you can load them up. So first thing that I was asked was about Bollinger Bands. All right, so let's look for Bollinger Bands. So Bollinger Bands, guys, are an indicator. Now, I will tell you guys this. Okay, let me actually do something here real quick. Okay. The most important thing that you guys can do right now, oh, and I just realized, 1 second, guys. I realized that you guys can't see my screen. All right. Why does it keep doing that? It just wants me to use this side. All good. All right. The biggest thing that you guys should be paying attention to is learning what you see here, okay, with nothing on it. What is happening here, right? And the biggest thing that I could explain about what to look for is understand bullish candles, which are the blue ones going up or whatever color you choose to make them. Bearish candles. By the way, a bullish candle is when a bull, his horns go up. A bear, because his paw goes down. I don't know why they created that, but that's what it is. Bullish candles up, bearish candles down, bullish candles up, bearish candles down, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so just start understanding the moves. Then I really want you guys to, you have to learn what wicks are. So it's these little thinner parts of the candles. The wicks are saying, hey, price was trying to go up, but it couldn't. Okay, so pay attention to that. Also, when you hear this word doji a lot, doji just means these wicks and a little tiny body. All right, the body of the candle is the whole part. If it's small, this is a doji, this is a doji, this is a doji. Okay, this is a doji. All right, this is a bearish candle, this is a bullish candle, right? So just start learning, you know, the vocabulary doesn't matter. You'll learn the words, but just start paying attention to what's going on with nothing on it. And then you'll start saying, man, you know, I see things in the market. You know, some people see things like, you know, hey, I see a Head and Shoulders right here, you know? And then once price came back over here, it just absolutely tanked. And I could have made, oh, I don't know, maybe like, you know, 60 pips, right? On a 5-minute time frame. Pretty impressive, okay? So you just want to start reading this and looking at this and start, you know, doing it with nothing on it, all right? And guys, please don't draw on the screen. Somebody drew on my screen, all right? You know what? Let me see something. 1 second, guys. Missing the screen, that's why. So it's weird, it does that. 1 second. This now you guys see it, right? Now you guys see it. Let's stop this. Let's do it again. I'm gonna redo that for you guys. I don't know why the share thing goes on the other side. So I want you guys to really be able to watch these candles and know what they mean, all right? So again, bullish, blue goes up like a bull's horn. Bearish, red goes down like a bear's paw. Wicks, they're the thin part of the candles. It means price could not go up. It got rejected, got pushed back down. Look how you got 2 wicks next to each other and then price goes down. Okay, very important. So just pay attention to this. Also, I gave you guys this example a second ago. I know you guys couldn't see it. You know, things like Head and Shoulders. All right. This wasn't necessarily the one that I showed, but we'll count it as a Head and Shoulders because it kind of is. All right. Boom. Price goes up and then it just tanks, right? So Head and Shoulders. So you guys will study these charts by watching the educators and learn how to read it. So just, you know, and then, you know, when you see, like, look at this, you guys see this here? Price was having a hard time right here. Price was having a hard time and then it just drops. So that's called a what? That's called a resistance point, right? Or a zone, right? Resistance, right? When you guys hear resistance, that means that price cannot pass above a certain zone, right? When you guys hear the word support, it just means it can't break below a certain level, right? Look at this massive wick. Look at the support that it has here. Price tried to pass it, but it simply could not pass it, and now it's wicking, all right? So anyways, I say all that because I want you guys to get used to looking at just these candles. Just pay attention to them. Just pay attention to the lines. See when they reverse, all right? All right. So with that said, now let's go to the question. Bollinger Bands. Boom. Bollinger Bands are basically supporting resistance drawn for you, okay? And so what it means is it goes up, and then you see how it tries to pass this line, and it gets pushed in. And then it tries to pass the line, and it goes in. And then it tries to pass the line, and it finally drops. So Bollinger Bands are basically an indicator showing you that, you know, price should not pass these areas, right? Now, how to use Bollinger Bands is another, you know, another thing. You know, basically you're looking for entries. So if it passes the Bollinger Band, you're waiting for price to come back in, okay? And there's certain strategies and stuff that you can use, you know, to use Bollinger Bands for, okay? But that's what Bollinger Bands are. I don't want to get into strategy right now, but I just want you to know what it is. It's basically an outline. You guys remember in kindergarten when you used to outline things, okay? It's basically an outline. When price comes out of the outline, that means it's scheduled for a correction. And guess what usually happens? 9 times out of 10, eventually it shoots back inside. So you can use it for entry points. Again, somebody was asking about entries. You can use Bollinger Bands to get entries because on top of drawing your charts, you have Bollinger Bands set up. And whenever the price comes out of the Bollinger Band, it's only a matter of time before it comes back inside. So that's the concept of Bollinger Band. It's based on mathematical equations that the computer does to figure out when price should be going back inside. All right, I hope that answers the question on Bollinger Bands. Now, there was another question. It was about something called moving averages, okay? Now, there's two types of moving averages, all right? There's an exponential moving average, and then there's just a regular moving average, all right? Now, let's go in here and do this. So one of the most famous ones is the 50, all right? Now, what does this mean? An exponential moving average, all that it's doing is basically helping you figure out if it's an uptrend or a downtrend. That's all it's doing, all right? And so once price breaks above it, it's in an uptrend now. And as long as price continues to flow, you see how price tried to break the 50, but it couldn't? By the way, when I say the 50, the reason it's called the 50 moving average is because it takes the last 50 periods of time. I don't know the mathematical calculation. I don't care to know it. But the way that it works is the calculation is based on the last 50, whatever, 50 days or whatever, however they calculate it. And then it's averaging where price should be based on previous data. Now, it's telling you if it's an uptrend or a downtrend. Once it goes under the 50 or whatever EMA you're choosing to use or your educator teaches you, if it's under, that means you're in a downtrend. If you're over, that means you're in an uptrend, okay? So if you're over, be careful selling it because price is probably gonna pull up. If it's under, be careful buying it because it's probably gonna have a hard time going up. Now, again, let's talk entries because I know there was questions on entries. Check this out. Here's a little sauce for you guys. You can do something like that's the 50 EMA, and there's a bunch of them. Like the 20 is pretty popular as well. All right, let's do the 50 and the 20. Let me show you the also the 200. See this. So again, it's just using different, averages, different numbers to calculate it. But check out what happens. Let's do the 50 and the 200. So let's say you wanted to use the 50 and the 200, right? Just to give you a freaking example here. Check it out. The 50 and the 200 cross. What do you guys see happens right after that cross? Who wants to tell me what happens after one moving average and another moving average crosses? What do you see happen? Put it in the chat. No wrong answer. Just use common sense. Larry says a price drops. Anybody else? A downtrend. JP says downtrend. Okay, exactly. So check it out. Let's say you know nothing, but you find two EMAs. I'm giving you three. The 50 and the 20 and the 200 is a much broader number, but it works. They cross. And what happens is as soon as they cross, you could have entered a sell. I'm looking for something specific. Sorry, guys, 1 second. There it is. You sell. Boom, 60 pips. This is the 5-minute time frame, guys. Okay, you know nothing about trading, but you can use these EMAs to get you entries. This is called a cross strategy. When they cross, right? Look at this one. This was another one. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Boom, look at this cross right here, guys. It crossed right here. Two EMAs cross. You know nothing about trading, but you see it cross. It crossed probably somewhere like right here, okay? You would have instantly had on Euro USD, I don't know if that's 90, that might be 96, that's like 96 pips. You would have instantly caught like 96 pips, but check this out. It goes back up, okay? So let's say you would have caught the pips and got out. It goes back up, if you would have floated it, right? If you would have floated it out at 10 cents a pip, that's only $9 that you're negative. Check this out. It drops. And just on that EMA cross, you know nothing about trading, guys, over 500 pips. So at 10 cents a pip, you would have made 50 bucks on this trade. Guys, on a $100 account, you could have done this trade at 10 cents a pip, all by entering off of a cross of two EMAs. So anyways, EMAs are very, very powerful. The crosses don't happen all the time, but look at this one. These EMAs crossed right here. Okay. And then price shot up. Boom. How much was that? 655 pips. All right. Again, you know nothing. So anyways, that's what those EMAs are for, those exponential moving averages. Don't get caught up in the science of it. Okay. Just know that that's how it works. All it is, it's giving you the last, periods of time, 20, 50, 100, 200. The ones that I'm encouraging guys to study is the 50, the 200, and the 20. The 200 is a long-term one. So if you want to do some short-term trading, you can use the 20. It's going to be a little tighter, a little closer. If you guys notice, it's a little closer there, so maybe harder to read. But the 15 to 20 works similar. It's just taking different times and combining them to trade. All right. If you understood that, I'm confused on one thing. Any broker we choose, we can use MT4 to trade and attach it to it. We have to use it. Exactly, guys. Exactly. Whatever broker that I've mentioned today, most of them, except the American brokers, get tricky. You will connect them into your MetaTrader 4 app. You have an account with them. They're going to email you a password and an account number when you create your account. And if you need questions with this, guess what? Brokers have a support line. Message them and they help you. They give you a video on how to install your account on MT4. Okay. And if you try and exhaust everything and you still need help, contact me or your upline mentor. All right. But every broker that you choose, you put money in that broker and then it connects to your MetaTrader 4 account. You can use a MetaTrader 4 on your computer or on your phone, and the MetaTrader is the actual place where you will conduct a transaction. Awesome, Caleb. I'm glad that helped. Okay, with that, what else we got? Steve, the indicator is called 50 to 200. So the indicator is actually called the long name for it is the exponential moving average. But on TradingView, you're just going to type the letters EMA, and then you're going to see moving average exponential. Once you add it, okay, it'll have a default setting. You're going to go here to the little gear box, click it, and then you're just going to change the length to the numbers I'm giving you. So whether you're going to do it as a 50 or you're going to do it as a 20 or you're going to do it as a 200, okay, you're good. If you want to use the cross strategy, I just gave you guys an entry system. You have more than one that you add. If you guys just want to use it to see if you're in an uptrend or a downtrend, remember, above the EMA, you're in an uptrend. Below the EMA, you're in a downtrend. Then just add one. The 200 is the truest because it's long-term, but the 50 is also very good. It's more middle. It's not short-term, but it's like middle to high and low. And it'll help you guys understand if you're in a uptrend or a downtrend. All right. All right. They're mathematically accurate. So they're accurate according to the they will not predict the future, but they're giving you valid mathematical computations of the past. All right. How's everybody doing out there? Any other questions? I know we were talking about, okay, I know we were talking about, let me show you guys. I know Charmaine had said the stop loss. I'm going to help with that. Stop loss and calculating your trades. We're going to talk about that. Glad, Chris. I'm glad Andrea, I'm glad. David, cool, man. I'm really happy about that. Okay. All right, a couple of things. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys about stop losses real quick and take profits. Okay, and I want to talk to you guys about some terminology real quick. A lot of times in trading, you're gonna hear this word. This used to piss me off. Listen, there was a person when I started. He was the big mentor. Everybody was listening to him about trading, and he would start talking, and everything that came out of his mouth was all this vocabulary because he wanted to seem like the best trader in the world. And he would say, the engulfing candle off of the head and shoulder, the left shoulder, the right head, the this, the that, the Fibonacci 6.8.2. I said, what the hell is he talking about? It used to piss me off. And it was because some people like the sound of their own voice and they like to be complicated. Okay. But a good educator, okay, this is coming from John Maxwell. He says a good educator makes something complicated and makes it simple. There's a word that always used to throw me off. I didn't understand it. And it's this word engulfing. A lot of times you'll hear us talking about engulfing, and it's an important word I want you guys to understand. Okay. What engulfing means is whenever a candle eats the previous candle or the previous 5 candles. And what that means is there may be a change in direction coming. So for instance, let's go to the 15-minute. Let's make these bigger. All right, boom, okay. So let's say, okay, look at this. Price drops, which is what? A downtrend. It hits a floor, also known as support, also known as a bottom, right? Or, yeah, that's fine. That's enough terminology, right? So it drops, it hits this floor, it hits this support. Look at all of these red candles. Look at all these candles that are downward candles, bearish candles, right? But then look at what happens next. There's this blue candle right here. Okay? Now here's what I want you to get from this blue candle right here, guys. This candle engulfs or eats this candle before it. Also, the candle before that. And then almost the candle before that. So if you take the last 4 candles, the body of this candle is the biggest. That's why it's called an engulfing candle. And look at what it signified. All of a sudden, price shot up 190 pips. But where did it start? With this engulfing candle. So just pay attention to that. So sometimes you'll hear that terminology thrown around, oh, this engulfing candle. Look, you could have said this is an engulfing candle, right? Or a big momentum shift. Really, this is an engulfing candle. Look at these little ones here, then a big one. This one eats this one, all right? And it can happen in the opposite direction too, all right? Like, you know, you had this blue candle here, this bullish candle, a little doji. Remember I told you you're going to be looking for these wicks, these little lines. And then boom, you got this bearish engulfing. This candle eats these other ones. So think of an engulfing candle like an alligator. It eats everything before it, and then it begins to drop down. All right? So the only thing I want you to understand from this topic, and then it drops. So after this engulfing candle, guys, it drops 96 pips. All right? So pay attention to engulfing candles. When you see a big candle eat all the candles before it, it usually means there's a shift in momentum. And it's also a bigger opposite candle. So if it was moving up, but then you get a bigger downward candle, usually it means it's going to start dropping. All right. And then you guys can catch that. If that makes sense, drop a 111 if you have questions on that. But I want you guys to know engulfing candles because it's a term that we use all the time. Okay. Also, guys, remember wicks. Wicks are these dojis. Look, all these are dojis. So don't think, oh man, what's a doji? That was also one that was confusing to me. Anything with little wicks, is a doji. Dojis, dojis, dojis. All these are dojis, all right, because they have these little lines. They're more of a line than they are of a body, all right? Cool? All right, guys, one more thing, and we will be done. If I like to do scalping, how many times do you suggest me to use 1 hour? Okay, Andrea, if you like scalping, I actually would say use the 5 and the 15. Use the 5 and the 15. Look at this. On the 15, look at these moves. Boom, head and shoulders. You can scalp the crap out of this right here. Guys, it took me like a year. It took me over a year to train my eyes to see head and shoulders. But now I see them all the time. I see them everywhere, right? All right? But you can scalp the crap. This is the 15-minute, bro. Check it out. Boom. Price ends up dropping all the way over here. So you would have seen, this is how you catch a head and shoulders. You guys ready? I'm going to give you guys some sauce. By the way, on your trading view, press replay, put this line, boom, and now you can replay it like if it was in real time. It's like a video game. So now let's see what happens. You saw this high, it drops. You saw this high, it drops. You say, damn, it comes back up. It may be a head and shoulders. Boom, boom. Look at that. Price is here. You get a doji. You notice that it has an equal high right here. This is where they call it a neckline. Doji's off the neckline. And all of a sudden, bam! Woo! That's money in the bank. 55 stinking pips. And guys, that's in 15 minutes. You guys could have caught that, made your money for the day, but it doesn't end there. Now, it doesn't always do it like this, but look, guys, it kept dropping. You could have actually gone for even more pips. So scalping, I would say the 5 and the 15-minute is good. You can use the 1 hour to kind of give you a bigger picture of where you are in the market, but you don't need to go higher. So for instance, if you're going to scalp, you can do the 15-minute, okay? Do some charting. All right, whatever it is. Oh man, there's this channel, blah, blah, blah. You know, you draw your bigger time frame, but now you know that you're working within this zone. And then you drop it down to the 15-minute, and then you're like, yo, look at that, with doji right off that trend line. So you're like, yo, I'm gonna be working in between here when I'm scalping. So when you go down to the 5-minute, you got some kind of zone. So if you use the hour, it's just to kind of find where you're at in the market. But you can scalp off the 15 and the 5. All right, guys, last thing for the night, I want to show you guys a tool that you can use, okay? Long position, short position. Now, for those that have been here a little bit, or you've learned inside of the academy, or you heard me talk about it, if I'm going to do a short on something, am I buying or am I selling? Put it in the chat right now. Awesome, Chris, good. And if I'm going to do a long position, am I buying or am I selling? All right, cool. So check out this tool. This tool is game right here. So let's say, let's do it this way. Let's reverse it again. So let me exit out. Yes. And then let me replay right here. For whatever reason, I can't tell you why, because I don't know, but I like this area for a sell right now. You take out your short position tool. It's going to look like this. You're going to make it like smaller like this. Then you're going to calculate the most amount of risk that you're willing to take. So you say, you know what? I'm willing to risk maybe like 30 pips, right? Give or take. And I think that it's going to drop, I think it's going to drop, I think that's like 100 pips, right? Whatever it is there. And then here's how you do it. So if you notice in your short position tool, when you do it on TradingView, it gives you a little red mark over here, and that's your price. So if right now you wanted to enter a sell on Euro USD, you would go here, you do your short position tool, all right? And you see the number. This is how I do it, right? This is how I do it. The number that it says here in red, 1.0914, that's the number that I put as my stop loss on MT4. See this little green number down here? That's my take profit, 1.0781, right? Boom. Now I'm in the trade, okay? Now, this is about 30 pips. Let's just say it was 30. If you have $100 account, I encourage you, if you want to really trade, you don't do more than 5% risk. What that means is on your one trade, if you have $100 account, you don't want to risk more than $5. If you're trying to get through it, you don't care about blowing it, maybe you can risk 10%. It's only $100, right? So you risk $10, let's say, right? So at 30 pips, if you want to risk $10, you can do like around 30 cents a pip. Okay. And then you would be risking about $9. You'd be risking $9 to make $30. That's not bad, right? Again, you're going to have to learn how to calculate all this. I'm giving you estimates, right? But here's the point. That's how you get your stop loss. Use the short position tool. It gives you the red number there. The green is your take profit. You put it there. Now, does that mean you just set it and forget it? No. You know, every once in a while you come back, you look at it. Don't babysit the trade. Let it do what it does. Once the trade is heavy in profits, you know, you can close partial profits. I have to kind of show you how to do that because it's kind of interesting. When you go to close on MT4, you can actually reduce. So like, let's say you did 20 cents a pip. You can actually press the button to close only half of it. You could close 10 cents a pip, leave the other half of the trade open, right? But that's later on. This is your stop loss. This is your take profit. Let's see how the trade plays out. Boom, boom, hits your take profit zone. Bam. It's going to close you out of the trade. It only went into minimal drawdown. You guys see that little wick? That was it. So that's how I calculate stop loss, take profit. All right. So like, for instance, let's say right here. So let's say price is here and I'm thinking it's going to drop for whatever reason. I look backwards. I look back in time. I see this here. And I say, okay, if I'm going to enter this trade, I need to make sure that at the very least, my stop loss covers this wick, right? Because there's like a zone there. You know, if you look, there's like this zone here. So you want to try to cover that, all right? Depending on how you end up doing it. You'll learn how to get more accurate later and different things you look at. So you go again, your short position tool, price is here, click it, adjust your red is your risk. I'll say right there, okay. Also guys, maybe you do it to a whole number. So 1.08300 would be a nice whole number. All right, and you can actually go in here, entry price, stop level. You can actually change it here and type it if you want. There's actually a calculation here, by the way. I've never played with this, but look, even account size 100, your risk is 25% or $25. You could do like $5, or you could do it by, oh, here, let's do this one. Percentage, you do 3. I want to do that. Very weird. Whatever. It tries to give you a way that you can calculate it. I'm not sure how it works, so I don't use that. But the point is this. Boom, your stop loss, a little red number here, green, boom. I think price could drop to here, all right? That's a 1-to-4 ratio. That means for every dollar that I'll lose, if it goes bad, I'll gain 4. That's a great risk to reward. Boom. I looked at my wicks back here. I looked at my wicks back here. I should be safe here. You know what? I'm going to risk a little more because you know what? The banks like to take my money. So I'm going to risk a little more. I'm going to put my stop loss up here a little higher. And then I go, and then I say, you know what? I'm going to take this trade. Look at that. Wicked. The last wick back here hit the same place. And then the price started tanking, right? Let it play out. Let's see what happens. All right. So here's a couple of cool things to learn. Number one, price came back up exactly where I said, these wicks. Now, it had already dropped from this zone once, twice. This would have been the third time. Now, it didn't hit your take profit. It didn't hit your take profit. But you could have caught 97 pips. This is why it's important not to be greedy. It won't always hit your take profit zone, but don't be afraid to close out early. So if you like where you're at, close out. Also, you can move your stop loss into break even, my friends. So you can actually put your stop loss in profit. You can actually do what's called a stop profit. So for instance, let's say it's dropping and you're like, okay, I want it to keep going, but I don't know if it's going to keep going. What you do is you go into your MT4 and there's a button that says modify trade. You click the button that says modify trade and you can actually move your stop loss into profit so that you're following the trade. And if the trade reverses and goes in the other direction before hitting your take profit, it'll close you out of the trade in a profit zone. All right? If that made sense, drop a 222 in the chat, guys. If what I said made sense, if you understand it and you're following me. All right? If you're a little confused, don't worry. If you have some basic questions, I'll put it. And these days I'm using demo. I never put a take profit, but always move the stop loss. Is okay? Yeah, that's great. In the future, try to play with a take profit so that you can see, you know, where you like it. For scalping, I know what you're saying. You know, sometimes I'm not even using take profits either. But guys, always use a stop loss. Please, always use a stop loss. And then the long position tool, good question. The long position tool, basically, short position tool is only for shorts. We already said shorts are what? Shorts are sells. Longs are buys, guys. Longs are buys. So you would use a long right here. Boom. You would estimate your take profit at the bottom. I'm sorry, you would estimate your stop loss at the bottom and your take profit to the top. So the only difference between the long position tool and the short position tool, long position tools are to set up your buys. Again, the numbers on the side here, stop loss will be in red, take profits will be in green. So long position is to buy, short position is to sell. All right, and that's why there's two tools. One is for buys, one's for sells. All right, guys. Awesome, awesome. Hey, if you've gotten value from tonight's call, drop a 444. If it brought clarity on anything, you know, I'm glad. Awesome, awesome, bro. I'm glad, man. How do you zoom in and out of the scanner? Larry, you know, I saw you ask him, but I'm going to answer that question for Larry, guys, just because I saw him ask that somewhere the other day, and I didn't know what he meant. So I'm going to try to attempt it in 60 seconds, Larry. Look, if you guys can see my screen, drop a 111 real quick for me. Hopefully you see it. Okay, cool. Larry, I don't know what you mean, but tell me if this is what you mean. This is the scanner and you want to make it bigger. Is that what you mean? Like you want to do this? Is this what you're saying? This is zooming in. Okay, so guys, TradingView, okay, the harmonic scanner has TradingView built in. TradingView was a pain in the butt to learn how to play with it. But here's some things I'll show you guys. One is you go to the side here where the numbers are and you can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. Okay, I like a medium size, like right about there, so I can see the wicks and the bodies of the candles, right? Now, you can also come down here and you can stretch them, okay? So go to the side grids and make them bigger or wider, okay? And then when you go to the scanner, it's the same thing. Look, smaller. And then you can move it. You see this? Look, you can move it or bigger. Now, if you guys are using an iPad, you're going to do this with your fingers, okay? If you have a MacBook, also you can use your fingers, okay? And you can go here to the side, click it, and make it wider. Or go down here, click it, and make it wider. Okay, and that's it. It's pretty simple. I use a mouse, and I can cheat because I have like this little this scroller here. And the way it works is I put my pointer there, and I can just go like that, and it kind of does it. All right, you see that? So that's it, guys. You know, it's not that complicated. But again, the simplest way I can explain it, go to the side if you want to make it like taller, like this, and go to the bottom if you want to make it wider, like this. I'm glad. Thank you so much, bro. Larry, did that answer your question, bro? I saw you ask that question, so I wanted to make sure that I want to make sure you know how to use it, Larry. Did that answer your question? Does that make sense? Does that help you? Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, guys. Any general suggestions if you only trade on iPhone? General suggestions if you only trade on iPhone. I will tell you guys something. Oh, by the way, here's a trick. If you use TradingView and you make your account and you log in and you get the TradingView app and you log in, you will see the same exact chart that you draw. So like whatever I draw here for Euro USD, like look, I'll show you a chart that I already draw, like SPX. When I go to SPX on TradingView on my phone, the lines are all there, same lines. So that's a little trick, okay? To answer your question, Chris, you can do that. You can use TradingView on your phone. It's possible as well. But here's the thing. There was a guy when I started. He learned how to trade here, and the guy literally grew an account from like a couple $100 to $14,000 without a computer. Like it's like that. And he would draw all of his lines and stuff on the phone. Now I'm 34. I need glasses and I have big fingers. I can't do it on the phone like that. But if all you got is a phone, go in your MT4 app. And there's ways you can look up some YouTube videos on MT4, and you can, guys, you can draw like a lot of the same stuff. I mean, it's not as fancy, but like, look, I have the EMAs on my MT4. I got EMAs on there. You can put indicators, not as many, but you can put a few. You can draw trend lines and support resistance lines. So if you don't have a computer, but you have a decent phone, here's what I would say, bro, is like, just, you got to get really good at MT4. You're going to be a little limited. All right. All right. So guys, with that said, I hope that this was beneficial. You know, maybe we'll do this once a week. All right. How many of you guys would want to do this once a week? Type a 111 for once a week in there. If you guys want this once a week. All right. All right. Whenever I'm here, whenever you're training. All right, cool, man. I'm glad. Let's go. So guys, I'll see if I start doing it once a week. I really want to give you guys some good, I think question and answer time is good, because like that, whatever you guys are struggling with or challenging with right now, you guys can get your questions answered. But again, remember, I want your learning to be off the platform. I want you guys to really dig into some of these educators. You know, I'd love to be an educator in the future, but, you know, I want you guys to now, you know, really utilize the platform, you know, go in there with all you can and really extract everything from there. And then if you guys have tried to find the answers on YouTube, on Google, in IM Academy, in the Telegram group, if you guys need additional information, man, hit me up. I'm here for that. You know, and guys, here's what I'll say as we wrap this up is, go tell somebody. I want you to picture you've struck gold. You found the way to gold, guys. This is a digital gold rush right now. Go tell the world and go get your 2 free subscription. Even if you just want to trade, you know, one of the cool things about being on my team is we never force you guys to recruit or market. But man, if you guys want to trade, do yourself a favor and go get your free subscription so that you can learn for the next 12 months without having to pay. So guys, be committed to yourself, you know, be committed to the next 12, 18 months to learn this craft. And I guarantee you, if you give it all you got, if you go through all the educators until you find your educators, if you stick until you find your strategy, you will solve every financial issue that you have ever had. So guys, hope that everything has been good. Okay. Andrea, who does scalping? Lee Allen does scalping on Go Live. Lee Allen is probably the best on scalping. Okay, I'll give you guys 2 as we wrap it up. if you guys want to scalp. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to give you guys some sauce right now. You guys ready for the sauce? If you guys want trade setups, here are the people. Write this down. Trade setups. Christopher Derrick, but he's more long-term. Okay? Leon Davies, he's more like intraday, midterm as well. Justin Adams, midterm. Kimberly Torres gives you trade setups. Kevin Serrano gives you trade setups. Oren Wright gives you trade setups. Lee Allen, scalping trade setups. Lasado gives you trade setups. Mike Navarrete, but not for this. Okay, so the two I want to give you for scalping, Kathy Kirkland and Lee Allen. These two women, results not guaranteed or typical, have made countless people 6- and 7-figure traders. Lee Allen and Kathy Kirkland. Okay, and then what you want to do, guys, is you want to go to their places. Also, guys, Bass gives you trade setups as well, and so does Evan. You want to go into their recordings. Look, she's a beast. She doesn't even care. She doesn't even put her favorite sessions. Okay, but Lee, what she does is, this is how you got to learn. You got to learn when you go into these sessions. They're like automatically trading. So I don't want you to get too confused. So do it on demo first. But what they do is they usually give you, okay, like Lee Allen, this is her Forex Advanced, but she has other setups. I'm trying to think of how you find her. Hold on. Okay, I think I know how. Let's see for this lady, because some of these are based off of scanners that you have to subscribe to. Okay, look. So she's based off this web analyzer. If you don't have the elite, I don't know if you'll be able to get in. She has an add-on called the EC11 that they send you trades, which are very good trades. And so there's a night, usually there's a day that she'll like train you on her strategy, but you're going to go in there and it's going to be intense. It's like buy GBP USD, buy gold, buy US 30. She's not explaining anything. She's not there to educate you. She's there to give you trades. Kathy Kirkland is good. And so is Lee Allen for giving you trade setups. Now, Lee Allen, by the way, guys, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 live educators right now that you guys are going to be able to go on and be able to watch if you guys want to. But Lee Allen, I think you have to get her in the pivots. Yeah, pivots. Okay, and then here you have it. All right, Wednesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. She's literally giving you the trade setups. But I think you have to have pivots. So you may have to add it. You know, some of these scanners are like $10, $20. Guys, if you want to add anything to your account, you go to im.academy. Log in, go to your shopping cart. One second. And then you add it, okay? So I have the Elite Pack. So I have all the scanners already, but like if you wanted pivots so that you can watch Lee Allen, you would just add Lee Allen to it, all right? The same thing with the web analyzer. You would want to add, let's see if they still have it together. Yeah, they still have it together. So you would want to add London Payout, which is the same as Kathy Kirkland, and it would be $10 a month. All right. So whatever you guys want to add, go into im.academy, add it on your shopping cart. I say that because if you want Lee Allen and her scalping, you may need pivots. And if you want Kathy Kirkland and you want her EC11, you may need the web analyzer. Now, I don't know that for sure because it looked like you may be able to get Kathy Kirkland without adding anything. But if you don't see how to get in, that's because you need to add their product. All right. All right, guys. This week is a trade-a-thon. Let's go get it. Proud of you guys. This has been an hour and 40 minutes. Shout out to all of you guys who are still here with us. I hope you guys got value from this. And, we'll probably do this again next week. And remember, guys, Monday nights, we get our mind right. I give you guys some trading. and some mindset stuff. And on these calls, it's for all of you guys to level up in your trading, kind of give you like a beginner's course and get your questions answered. All right. So whatever you need, guys, make sure that you message me, go out and hit your trading this week, and watch these educators, guys, and make sure you finish that academy. All right. Blessings to you guys. We'll